Good morning, amazing Infinity family. I'm back here with my 9th fortnight message. It's an interaction with you guys. It's a 9th time, okay, when we are talking about some subject which may help you actually to build this business, amazing business, and change your life. I'm here in a Gaia hotel where we all reported for in-service. Everyone is excited. Only few days left to start the week on. We already started serving actually, okay? And all the HODs and core in-service is already reported, and we are actually in uniform now, serving for week on, okay? But in this, today's message, I want to talk something about which I was talking to few of my people actually who started with me in the beginning, okay, about this subject. And it's a learning actually which I got over a period of time after building this business, right? Okay, this I was not even aware about this in the beginning, but when we were introspecting last few years, and that is a time I realized that I should talk about this and make you guys aware about this. Okay, in this journey of network marketing, what happens in the beginning when you start working? Okay, when you start working, there's a upline which is called a working upline, whose basic job is to ensure that you know the basics of the business, you do basics right, okay? His job is to push you, his job is basically to ensure you earn checks and everything, right? So that's a person whom you interact maximum number of times for few years actually in the beginning, right? It's like you're living that with that person day in, day out, okay? But what happens eventually, because of the proximity with this person, okay, sometime, okay, because the working upline is always busy, his job is basically to ensure your checks go up. His job is to basically ensure you grow in the business, right? But sometime what happened when the team grow very fast, the working upline become very busy, right? And also because working upline is having so many topics to discuss with you guys, what happens, okay, there are a lot of things which is also required, which because working upline is too busy and he's having too many things to talk about, okay, even if he talks about, people tend to miss out on those things because that does not really affect the business in immediate, from immediate effect actually, right? Okay, these are long-term things, right? Okay, and I realized that this role is to be played by a grand upline always. So I understood from this business in last so many years that there's a role of a working upline, specific role of a working upline, and there's a specific role of a grand upline. So if you are a working upline to a particular team, you need to ensure that your team, no matter how good they are doing, no matter how slow or fast they are, you need to ensure that your main leaders who are budding leaders get exposed to the grand upline at least once in 3 months, a casual time with them. So grand upline is not going to interfere in your day-to-day work actually, but he will help you to build the mindset of your people so that they sustain for a longer term actually, okay? And even if they're growing very fast, he will ensure that this growth remains consistent actually, right? Because grand upline is nothing but like a giraffe actually, who can see a lot of things because he's having a taller neck. He's been through that road actually, right? Okay, so grand upline role is not to create an immediate momentum, but to resolve conflicts in people's mind, because people sometimes come with a lot of conflicts, right? Sometimes there's an issue between working upline and the leaders, right? Which are smaller issues, right? But there has to be someone, okay, who interacts and keep clearing this dust from your leader's mind. Otherwise, one day it becomes very big and the distance between working upline and the leaders increases actually over the period of time, right? Okay, so it is very, very important that both upline, working upline and grand upline, first of all, they should be aligned, okay? Because if they are not aligned, team will be confused. Second, if they are aligned, it is a working upline's role to ensure that their leaders, okay, periodically meet grand upline 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 day actually, at least once in 3 months, not necessarily a special trip for that, maybe after some event, maybe after some some recognition platform, maybe during in-service, 1 day staying extra and spending time. So this is very much required because a grand upline is a long-term, he will give a long-term vision, will ensure that the fish tank of the team increases, because sometimes a working upline is taken for granted actually, right? And this sounds very small, because sometimes what happens, even the working upline and the team becomes so busy actually in their own day-to-day work, this aspect they start missing out, and after some time it is too late actually, right? Okay, so please ensure that if you are a working upline, you expose your team with a grand upline. A grand upline is someone who's already created leaders after leaders, who's already created the team, who's already who's already on the almost at the verge of retirement, and who's someone basically his presence will not make a difference in his checks actually. That is a grand upline actually, right? Okay, so you have many AVPs, VCs like that in your organization, right? So ensure that you spend your people's time, you ensure that your people spend time with your grand upline. You spend time, because your grand upline will, their grand upline is maybe your working upline, right? But you have to ensure your leaders spend time with their grand upline, which is your working upline at times. Sometimes for you also is a grand upline, right? Okay, he or she. Okay, so this is very, very important. I can ensure you, I can promise you lot of conflicts, internal conflicts, small, which actually becomes a hurdle in the growth actually, which does not allow your leaders to go break free actually, will get removed without even you realizing about it, right? Okay, so please ensure that your leaders, your budding leaders, your upcoming leaders who started earning decent amount of checks, $2,000, $5,000 actually a week, right? They should get exposed to the grand upline along with you periodically as a process. Otherwise, this growth will be temporary, not a permanent, right? If you want a permanent growth, they need to get exposed to the upline who's having more experience. Okay, and don't ignore this aspect, and this is gonna solve a lot of things actually for you guys also, if you ensure your budding leaders keep coming to grand upline and start spending time with them, right? Okay, so thank you very much. We are very excited for this week on. Hope to see you, all of you there, and we will rock this week on and bring the business to the next level actually, right? Thank you very much. You will see me back again on 10th fortnight message for Infinity. Okay, so I love you guys. Infinity rocks, and all of you rocks. Thank you very much.